Hey, what's up everyone, Thunderbob here, and tonight I am checking out some more Diablo 2 Resurrected. What I want to do here is start a new character. I'm going to play as a sorceress and try to get through Act 1 and 2 and just kind of give some tips for starting a new character along the way, ways to accelerate and get into Nightmare and Hell difficulty. I obviously am limited to Act 1 and 2, so this won't be a full playthrough, but I'll see what I can provide.
Good day.
Now, the first thing I want to talk about is your skills. Okay, so you want to think about your build ahead of time. You don't want to be leveling up and trying to figure out where to put your skill and stat points. So you have an idea of where your end goal is and also what you're doing while you're leveling up. Probably the most popular build is a Charged Bolt build. You start with Charged Bolt, you level up Nova, and then you use your Den of Evil reset when you hit 30. I'm going to try something a little different. My end goal is a Meteor build, and I think I'm going to try Fireball as I'm leveling up. So it'd be like probably starting with 5 points in Firebolt, grab Warmth, Frozen Armor, keep grabbing the Pro-Exits as I go, and then when I hit level 12, Fireball, and pump Fireball until about 10 or so. In the meantime, grabbing Teleport, keep leveling, get the Pro-Exits for Fireball, or excuse me, for Meteor, Fire Mastery, and Frozen Orb. So by level 33, which is about how many points you'll have at level 30, your build's going to look something like this. Basically, I've got Teleport. Sorry, I should have grabbed Static there, also level 6. I'm going to get that, obviously. But you've got your couple of one-pointers in Lightning. You've got a decent Fireball build going with enough damage for pretty much anything in normal difficulty. And then at level 30, you're going to start leveling Frozen Orb. And from here, you have a couple of choices. You can go straight Frozen Orb for the next 20 levels, or if you're having fun with Fireball, you could stick with Fireball instead. But it gives you a couple of choices when you hit that point. So if you're going Frozen Orb, you would level this until about 50, putting any spare points probably into Fireball. And then at 50, you could start pumping your fire skills. And that's Meteor right there. Okay, so back to the game. At this point, you just want to leave town. And for the first area, the Cold Plains, you generally just want to follow the path.
Evil beware.
You know, if you can pick up a little bit of experience along the way, a little bit of gold, it's useful. But generally, you're just kind of following the path. You're looking for two things. You're looking for the Den of Evil, and you're looking for the entrance to the Cold Plains, because we're in the Bloodmoor right now. See any shrines, definitely grab them. That'll save us a lot of time later. I get a cap. I'm not bald anymore. And a tip would be check out some of the cheat sheets online if you don't know the layouts for all these zones. Like, for example, in this area, stay on the path. Um, you know, you may want to check some of those cheat sheets out online. I think I'll post one in the link below in the description. And what I normally do, usually I find the Den of Evil before I leave this zone. And generally what you're going to do if that happens is just drop a portal on the entrance to the Den of Evil, and you keep moving to the next area. Should be just off the path. Yep.
This place is trouble.
And in here, you want to make sure you don't let anything get away. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make things just a little bit easier for me. Gotta kill those shamans. And usually, in most cases, I don't find the waypoint before I find the Den of Evil. So generally I would have gone to town and I would have picked up a number of potions. Mana potions are your friend as a sorceress. Pick up any items along the way that sell. Any of the throwing potions tend to sell decently. Throwing knives, things like that. Always good items to pick up. Because you want to get enough gold to get, you know, some town portals, some potions, mana potions in particular. You don't want to let those guys keep being resurrected indefinitely. You don't get any bonus experience after they're resurrected. So don't let them do that. And what I plan to do, I'm going to have 2 videos up. So if you're watching this, one of these videos is going to be the full playthrough, which is what you're probably watching right now. The other video is going to be exclusively kind of the more important talking points of the video. So if you're looking for the full video, feel free to keep watching. If you're kind of looking just for the kind of important points of a new character, check out my other video. I'm not following my own advice here. Always go for the shaman first. And what I was saying earlier about always knowing the optimal paths for these zones, there's only so many layouts for each of these zones. So after a while you start to know, like, okay, Endurance of Hate, level 1 is always this way, level 2 is always that way. And people have figured out over time the optimal path for pretty much every zone in the game. There's a couple that, you know, there's not really a perfect way to go, but most of them there are. Stamina potions are also your friend in this game.
Not enough mana.
Stupid shaman. And there we go.
Been purged of evil.
Go ahead and grab that. We'll use a town portal. Go get the skill point.
The order welcomes you.
Now have that reset, which, depending on how you're playing, you may have elected to go with like a lightning build and then reset when you get to level 30. See 250 gold from that. Let's see, I don't really have enough to start with a book right now. Just make sure I got a couple. Early on, stamina potions are your friend too. There's a lot of running. Oops, I should have sold that. Okay, so at this point, I could bump up frozen armor. I could go warmth. think I'm going to put like 5 points in here just to kind of have that extra oomph at the beginning, and it also synergizes with Fireball, which I'm going to use leveling up anyways. We're going to go back to your Cold Plains. And the Cold Plains doesn't really have a set way, so it kind of doesn't matter which way you go. And definitely works better with a couple points in Firebolt. The nice thing about going Charge Bolt is it's like the earliest AoE spell that the Sorceress gets. And I'm looking for the Stony Field at this point.
Not enough mana. Not enough.
For the most part, any larger packs, you probably want to stop and kill. Nice. So there are a couple of items you want to keep an eye out for as... So there are a couple of items you want to keep an eye out for as you're leveling up. Specifically items that will work with sockets and runes. One is a 2-socket armor, so that you can do stealth, which is a level 17 rune word for armor that is really, really good for how easy it is to produce. Another is a 2-socket staff, especially any that have good sorceress abilities, especially if you're going to be playing Fire Sorceress. So you get the leaf staff. And there's a few other low-level rune words, I should say. So it's always a good idea to look for certain items. You know, the 2-socket armor, 2-socket weapon. You can build like lore with a 2-socket helm. That's probably going to be a little bit later in Act 3 or 4, maybe into Nightmare even.
Not enough mana.
You can run Countess also early on to get those runes in order to do that. Let's see. Stony Field. Should have grabbed that too. Those do stack also, so you can use multiple. If I would have found the burial grounds, I would have gone and killed her. You don't necessarily have to. You can always come back. And here's the tomb. I love listening to this.
So it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins.
Okay, that's enough. I love all the story stuff in this game.
I need mana.
And if you're killing fast enough, you could probably up the player difficulty. Anytime you see champion or named packs, you definitely want to take care of them. They give you a good amount of experience and might even drop, like, what is that, Saigons? Yeah, the rare belt. Man, I'm on a roll.
I am overburdened. I need mana.
I do need to get a belt on so I can hold more potions.
Not enough mana.
But I'm in the Stony Field and I'm looking for the underground passage, which is usually somewhere near the Reconissue. Usually you want to follow the path, and it's somewhere near the path.
Not enough mana.
And this guy is lightning enchanted, so you kind of need to just be aware. Don't get too close to him. But with a couple of points in Firebolt, not too much trouble. I always need mana. Love the way she says that. Mana. And I have ventured off the path, but usually the underground passage is along the back wall here. It's built into the stone face wall. I don't think it can actually spawn anywhere else. Sometimes against this left wall too. Yep, there it is. Still didn't get the waypoints, hopefully don't bug out again. It's weird. The alpha has been relatively stable and then suddenly I hit like few issues. I had a crash on me playing a crazy barbarian build. Now, another crash. Not a crash, like another bug. Always grab the gems also, like they'll either sell them or you'll get, you know, a decent stat on them if you socket them. There's also some Project Cube recipes, if I remember correctly, that rely on the chips. So like they're actually a pretty good currency to grab when you're low level. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome. It's a little mana costly to really spam it, but it's a good 1-point wonder, especially since I'm going Frozen Orb later.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Refill all my potions as I dance around the guy. I'm not a very good dancer in real life. You can ask my wife. I should probably be backing up when I fight these guys, but don't really have to. This is what happened to me last time. I got a little too aggressive. Should definitely be high enough for the Countess, though. Pretty sure that I saw the teleport, or the transition over here. Maybe I'm wrong. I just swear I saw it through the wall there. Guess not. That's a dead end.
I need mana.
7. Getting closer to Fireball, which will like basically completely change how awesome this character is. I'd like to hit Fireball before I get to Andariel. Though static makes Andariel pretty easy, so. But I don't think I'm going to put any more points into Fire Bolt. I think 5 is good enough. And then at level 12, Fireball. There we go. That was a terrible excursion. So I'm looking for the Tree of Infuse and Black Marsh. Alright. That's where that cold comes in real handy. Treehead Woodfist. Such a good name. Sounds like something from the Lord of the Rings, like the Ents. Might as well grab this while I'm here.
This ancient tree has an aura of magic about it.
Yeah. Darkwood's another of those areas that I think following the path is usually the optimal way if you're just trying to make it to the Black Marsh. Later in the game, stamina potions are basically useless because obviously everyone has way more stamina than they need. And here I'm looking for the waypoint and the Forgotten Tower, and the Forgotten Tower's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that, and I'm gonna find the waypoint, because this is something I'll probably run a few times. Though the fact that I may be locked out of single player makes that a little more difficult. And what is this? That's Mo Highlands, right? Yep. Get out the way. I just forget how long these potions take as you get more health. I love the animation on those. Cool. Where be the waypoint? Out of stamina potions. Not cool. There we go. This is that little trick I was talking about earlier. It's not much, but it can shave off a few seconds. By dropping that portal, I can pretty easily go back to where I was trying to go. See, there's a 2-socket staff for Leaf, except it's 10,000 gold and really doesn't give you any benefit. I don't really have enough gold to shop for one of those right now anyways, but potentially you could find, you know, something pretty good. If I go back to the stony field, I'll check that out. Little trick, when you get a bigger belt, you can just take your belt off and it'll like fill up your inventory. I don't actually need that. Now we're gonna try to kill the Countess and maybe get some runes.
This place holds many secrets.
Running, running, running. Pretty sure those guys have a higher fire resistance. Wish that chick would stop hitting me with arrows. I'm out of health potions. Sometimes it's better just to attack because you can stagger them with a high enough damage. Should have got more health potions.
Good evening.
There's also lots of shortcuts, shift click, control click. Control click will put them in your inventory. Can't wait for Fireball. I kind of love the low level part here where like you're getting incrementally stronger and stronger. I feel like I love it more actually than like when you're super powerful and are just doing endless all, or I should say Bale or Mephisto or what have you. Something about like that early part of the game where you're just constantly seeing new gear, new skills, seeing actual tangible increases in your power.
I need mana.
You don't want to get too close to these lightning enhanced guys. When I get Fireball, I should be able to up the difficulty. Get some extra experience. Should level me up. Yep. Go up to level 8 now. I could grab Inferno, but I don't really like that skill. Go ahead and get the extra defense here. That would have helped in the underground passage, actually.
Not enough mana. I am overburdened.
Yeah. You can get a 2-socket. There are certain areas where resistances come into play. Act 2, like lightning, is pretty useful. There's a lot of lightning enchanted enemies. Act 4, fire. Certain areas in particular where you might want to focus on it, and that's where socket items can kind of shine. Ah. That pillar is in the way. Ah, cool. A little bit more strength because I'm probably going to be needing some before long. Slow is quite effective.
I need mana. I need mana.
Static Field is like the best ability for normal difficulty. It's just so effective for high health targets. But it's here. Not exactly what I wanted. Oh, shit. Shit. Grabbing all the gold.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Is there usually a chest over here? Am I making that up? But Tear, not an amazing rune, but you know, you need one for Leaf if you want to make one. Insight is a great weapon that you can get for your mercenary. Basically gives you endless mana.
Yes?
I don't even know why. I can get more gold out of it. A bit of cold resistance. Keep what I got. Now, I could just keep doing Countess runs. I want to go grab the next waypoint real quick. And I actually might run back and do Deck Arcane and the Blood Raven real quick. But generally doing Countess until you get the runes for stealth is a good idea. Is this where I came from over here? Yeah, it's about islands. There's the pit, so if this was hell difficulty, there'd be some loot. I feel like I get a little bit of lag in these TCP/IP games, even when I host and there's no one in it. Kind of weird. Didn't even see what I had on me. Here we go. Went too far. I've actually got like some decent defense, so like melee damage isn't as big of an issue. I mean, it's still an issue. That would help. I've skipped a lot of waypoints, but you can always come back later and get them all. When you leveled up, it's so much easier. Still does that bug where the door looks closed, even though it's not. It's interesting.
I need mana.
Level 9. And there's always a waypoint. And depending on where that waypoint is, it tells you what direction the correct way is. There's some screenshots you can find online. If I remember right, I think this one's going to be north. I think if it's over here, it's right. If it's down there, it's left. And here's the north way. I could be wrong on that. I just want to check. I was right. Really like to hit 12 before I make my attempt. Just looking for the next waypoint, and then I'm probably gonna circle back and do a couple quests I skipped. That faster hit recovery, I could use more of it. Yeah, I'm not quite doing enough damage for these guys.
Not enough mana.
Not to be very effective. Especially since it's single target. I can't kill that thing. Let's not go that way. I could sell for some gold.
Not enough mana.
You can get them to block the door, it makes it a little bit easier.
I need mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
I forgot how good slowdown was in normal, because it's so much less in hell, and that's what I've been playing lately.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
Oh, mana burn. Can't let him hit me. That took entirely way too much time. I'm definitely not making very good time right now. I didn't need to go this way anyways. Yeah. Without AoE, I'm not even going to attempt that room. You kind of pick your battles. And with the build I have right now, that's not a battle I'm going to try. I do have to go back this way though. I hope I have... Okay. Thank God. I don't really feel like... That's basically the butcher fight from like the original Diablo. You really have to be ready for it, because he can one-shot you pretty easily. I really should find the waypoint and just back out. Wait a minute. Why is the map revealed? Wait, did I run backwards? Oh, wait,
If there was magic here, it's long
that's
gone
weird.
now.
Did you see that? Like, I'm sure I went downwards. That's a different looking shrine. What's the legacy mode again? It's, G. Were those always in the game? I don't remember those fire shrines. Interesting.
It's locked. It's locked.
I'm really just looking for the waypoint, and then I'm gonna run back to town and knock out a few things. Like, this build is fine for a certain amount, but like, I really need to hit level 12 for the AoE before I proceed further. Which is exactly what I'm doing. Oh man. It's guys. And it's a dead end. I should have known that. You get that sixth sense. Something to always remember is if you run out of stamina, stop in place and hit R, and then you'll start walking, but you'll be, while you're walking, regenerating stamina at the same time. If you just keep running, you'll never restart your stamina regeneration. I drop one of these just in case I die. Yeah, I'm doing like not enough damage at all now. I really just want the waypoint, which should be on jail 2. I bet I find the stairs down first though. I'm gonna wind up on Catacomb. I hate those guys. Screw you, Tainted. The Tainted are by far the worst. I called it. I might as well just keep going because I'll be in the outer courtyard, right? It'll be easier to get to Andariel once I'm ready. Yeah. Oh, inner cloister. That's right. And there's a waypoint right here. Let's go. Turn in the thing to Charcy.
Oh, good evening.
It's not too bad. 38 armor, 2 sockets, enhanced defense. I'll have that much strength, so. Yeah. Yeah. Basically ready for it. Those don't automatically... Oh, it's full. Oops, I forgot the first shift click fills it up. Yeah, it sucks I can't load this character into single player. I've got to do a hosted game, which resets the map each time, but it's alright. Bump it up just a little bit. Make sure I get where I want to be. So it might not be worth it. I really need that fireball. The experience gain is not linear, like you don't get double experience. Basically they end up getting, I think, more health than the experience bonus is, so unless you're like killing them faster or as fast, it's not always worth it.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Damn it, mana. Yeah, let's bump it down to 2. I don't want to go through the tower too slowly. If I can find it, that is. Okay, I'm gonna have to do Act 2 tomorrow, so I'm gonna edit this together. So to you, this is gonna be one playthrough, but I'm actually gonna play this over 2 sessions because I've got to get up early and go finish cleaning up my parents' house, which I inherited and I'm gonna be putting on the market pretty soon. On Tuesday, we were there all day, hired some movers, and got 3 truckloads of furniture and stuff out of the house, but there's still stuff left. I really love like the fireball effect here, where like the trail of fire is lighting up as it goes. So cool. Probably gonna stop for the night once I get to Andariel. I'm gonna definitely take off a day or 2 when this comes out and play like non-stop for 48 hours, or maybe not that long, but a number of hours. Oh, back up, back up. Once I get the fireball, I should be like one-shotting all these groups of enemies. That'll be nice.
I need mana.
That amp damage kind of sucks. I'm very close to leveling.
Not enough mana.
Damn it.
I need mana.
Better level me up. Nice. I go get some more potions.
The Order welcomes you.
It's kind of annoying. You used to be able to just like shift click, but the yes is just a little bit lower where you can't do it.
Hello.
It's not a good spawn. Almost got me leveled up. Still not 100% on going fireball, and not doing the respec versus. I feel like if I had gone charge bolt, I would be considerably faster. Like maybe twice as fast because you've got AoE. The trade-off is then you don't have that respec, so is it worth, 30 extra minutes of leveling to get to 12, but you save a respec, which later could prevent you from having to create a whole new character? I don't know. My time is definitely precious to me and more limited. I've got a daughter, I've got my wife. I like to spend time with them. Mostly I only play after she's gone to bed.
I need mana.
Hold resist.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
So dang close to 12.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
This could do it.
Not enough mana.
It's so crazy how much static does in normal. Like, you could really beat this with just that and like... Talon if. Let's see, for stealth I need Talon F. So, but F is like the easiest one to find. Of course I haven't found it yet, but almost there. So close.
Read.
A little bit more here. And that's perfect. Just need to find a group of enemies and I should do it. I think I already cleared this area.
I need mana.
Yeah! Fireball! Which is now doing about twice as much damage, but in a bigger area. Yeah, that's nice. You know, my other alternative, I could have put more points here, and then, like, I'd have this better synergized, but I think 5 is enough to level me up. Almost teleport, so I'm gonna need that. Guess I could do one here and then one here at 17 and next couple points there. I'm gonna go ahead and kill Andariel now. Could be not too long from here. In Act 2 I think I'll have an easier time with. Now that I've got Fireball. The biggest thing is it hits multiple targets. I think that's the biggest downfall of Firebolt is its single target.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
I lost my mercenary. Not cool. I really hate those tainted.
This place chills me to the bone. I need mana. Not enough mana.
I love the lighting and how they've got it put together. It's like all those candles and the light reflecting off of them and stuff. It looks amazing. Wish I had teleport. You don't really have the mana to just teleport across the screen until you hit, you know, probably 30 or 40. But even just being able to, like, jump over walls every so often makes it so much fun. I hate the tainted. They suck so much. As I run into a room full of them. Part of the problem is my potions are no longer filling me up. So I got the small ones. Puke Weaver the Shade. That is a great name. God, oh God. There's that faster hit recovery would be really useful. I'm dead. I can't. It's unlocked.
The Order welcomes you.
Anticism this early? Oh, that was easy. Now, one thing that is a good tip is always to bug Andariel. You can make it where every time you kill her, you get quest drops. Tainted suck.
I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Damn it. Always my merc. Spiders look really awesome. I don't know why I came this way. Faster hit recovery would be real nice. Here it is. I should probably get the waypoint. Yeah, that was easy. I'm not even gonna go to town. Fireball does take a lot more mana than Firebolt.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
I think I might redo this build the next time and do like closer to 10, maybe like 7 or 8 Firebolt, because that's 14% more damage for each here also. That'd be 30, 45% more damage. And it would make leveling a little bit easier. I'll have to look at the tech tree again. There we go. It's not bad for leveling up. Really want to knock these shamans out like right away.
Not enough mana.
And now for the Andariel bug, basically you want to kill Andariel and wait for her portal to spawn, go through the portal, go talk to Reeve, and immediately leave the area. I'm gonna see if I can demonstrate it here.
Not enough mana.
You guys have higher fire resist. Shoot.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Oh, my stuff broke.
I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
Need some more mana. And I gotta fix my shit.
Hello.
They're particularly good. Though the one could have prevented me from having to put any points into frozen armor.
Good day.
I'm so close to leveling too. Oh shit, forgot to put the portal back up. That almost cost me. Not talk to her.
Good day.
Jesus. Should have grabbed some antidote potions. That poison is wrecking me. That worked though.
The evil queen has fallen.
And now for the bug. Wait the 10 seconds or so for her portal to spawn. Go through. Don't interact or talk to anyone else. Go directly to him. Go east. Then when you leave and rejoin, the game should be bugged.
Good day.
It doesn't show it, but
Greetings.
if I go back, I should have rare drops again. So, yeah. That was Act 1. Now let's do it all over again.
Greetings.
Let's just see what I got.
Stay a while and listen.
Some gold. Pretty much nothing useful for me. Yeah. I'm gonna drop off, but I will pick this up tomorrow, and the video you watch should be a combination of the two. Okay, so now that we're in Act 2, I'm gonna go and pick up a new mercenary. I think I'm gonna go with Prayer. It's Defiance, Prayer, or Blessed Aim, and I think the healing might be beneficial here. And now I can buy the bigger potions as well. I think what I'm going to do is go back and fight the Countess and attempt to get the runes to be able to make stealth in a couple levels. Still looking for items that might have benefits for me. Does this give me an extra row? Yeah. Ugh. I'm exhausted today. I actually stopped playing yesterday after beating Andariel and picked up again, and it's been a few hours at my parents' house once again, clearing it out and making progress, but still not quite done. I think we'll be done tomorrow though. So I'm trying to level up, I'm trying to get a few runes, that's kind of the end goal here.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
I got that pair going.
I need mana.
There we go. The, like double named guys right at the entrance.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore. can't carry anymore.
Oh, I can keep leveling up Fireball. Am I crazy, or is the minimap not lining up with the level I'm on? Like, and why is it already cleared? It's weird. It's almost like the map data is like messed up in some way.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Wonder if something's wrong with the character data, and that's why I can't load into single player. It's like showing it right here, but I can't get over there. That's bizarre.
Not enough mana. I can't carry anymore. Not enough mana.
We had a play date today with one of Amelia's schoolmates, one of the kids and the parents. It was pretty good. My daughter had a lot of fun, to say the least. Alright, 5. Yeah, this is definitely bugged out. That's really interesting.
Not enough mana.
When I played this back in the day, I would have just like run past all that gold. It's such small amounts, but you have to click so many piles, but the auto pickup is rather nice for that. If an F. Is that what I needed? Gotta look at my list, I can't remember. I'm very sleepy. I printed out the runes. Tal F. So I think I got both of those. Tal F. Ooh, stealth. That is by far one of the best starting out armor. This is kind of nice actually, because you get the resistance. But this gives you a huge amount of run walk, cast rate, hit rate, some mana generation, stamina, everything. Like, it's a really good first setup. Yeah, it's not bad for the level. A little bit of protection.
Welcome.
Still ain't got no gloves. I guess I don't need to do any more runs there. Just kind of want to level up a bit. Just see if I can do okay in a player's 3. Need to level up a little bit more. And I am not going to get all the way through Act 2 tonight. I'm just too sleepy.
I need mana, not enough mana.
Very excited for Dune to come out, and I just read that they delayed it another 3 weeks. It's so frustrating. It's one of my favorite book series. Been waiting for the new movie for prior to COVID. It's supposed to come out, or during COVID.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
I'm burning through these mana potions.
Not enough mana. I need mana. I need mana. Not enough 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 mana. I need mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Should be leveling up here.
I need mana.
Each level, because I've got some synergy from the Firebolt, gets a little bit of boost than it otherwise would have. My apologies. I think once I do this run, I might be going to bed. I'm just crashing.
The Order welcomes you.
Sit down here, maybe? There we go.
I need mana. I need mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to do. This makes this fight a lot easier.
Good day.
And those do stack time-wise, not the amount of resistance it gives.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
And look at those drops. I definitely have a bugged drop. Which is a good thing.
Overburden.
And I get some boots,
I can't use this
which I
yet.
can't use yet. Oh, needed strength. Better than what I had. I don't know why I don't go to Stick Arcane, but too late. Some late resist, a little bit more defense. Stick with these. Looking up resistance a little bit. See my fire, or my poison resist is so high because of the antidote potion.
Good evening.
I'm gonna do one more Andariel run. I'm probably leveled up enough, but I think I'm gonna try to get to 15, and then I'm gonna push on to Act 2. This isn't necessarily that required to proceed, but I just want to see what kind of drops I can get. I actually just switched weapons. I was using, this, but at this point, I'm not using Firebolt anymore, and you only get the synergies from hard points. So I switched to this, so I get the 2-piece for the extra defense and extra warmth. I also have this, but I think the extra warmth is better for the moment. Not a big difference either way, though. And like things getting easier and easier every time I level as I get to get Firebolt that much stronger. I should be 15 by the time I finish this run, which should make Act 2 pretty easy. And I can't wait to hit 17 for teleport and stealth armor. I mean 18. I think it's 17 for stealth, 18 for teleport. Don't mind me. These guys have a little bit of fire resistance. Damn it. Should use some static on this guy. This is actually, I think, the part of the game I might enjoy the most. Where you're like still actively like finding new gear and leveling up at a frequent pace and getting stronger. I kind of eventually I burn out when you reach that point where you're so powerful that you're getting like just very minor incremental upgrades, and like you could do 100 runs without finding anything meaningful. That's about when I usually fall off. Or start new characters and try to do the same thing with the new characters.
I need mana. Not enough mana. I need mana. Not enough mana.
Damn it, never enough mana. Could sell for something. And there we got level 15. And that fireball is getting a little bit better. Stop hitting me. There we go. Usually drop a portal just to be safe.
I need mana. I need mana. I need mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Kill all the shamans first. Save yourself some headache.
Not enough mana.
Burn her down as much as possible with the static. And then hope you have some mana, because I don't.
Yes?
Not here.
Greetings.
Hello again, Al.
That's some decent gold. That's still a great item for that level. And now let's go kill her. Easy. And you notice good drops. That quest bug is very, very nice. See if I got something for...
Put that to good use.
I can't carry anymore.
That's 7% lightning, otherwise kind of garbage. I want to see what that staff is. Not very good for me. Alright. I'm gonna move on to Act 2 now. See if I can burn through this in one sitting.
It is an honor to serve you.
I could hold on to that for the gold, but since I can't get to the next act, at least in this graphic setting, we're not going to do that.
Greetings.
Sorry if you can hear all my clicking. I've been having some issues with my NVIDIA broadcast. Or intermittently, it seems to want to stop working. That's what does my... Ooh. Remember how I said always keep an eye in town for certain items? You could put like lore in here, or you could put some runes in here. Pretty good early level item. So whenever you come to town, you want to keep an eye for certain items, certain specifically socketable items. One would be like a 2-socket helm, which is nice for things like lore, which is a decent plus skill helm. It's Ort and Soul needed. 2-socket armors, which there's not one here, but I've already found one. Also look for these as you're leveling, of course, but stealth is one of the best low-level items in the game. That is Talon F. You want to run Countess probably a few times if you don't find these along the way, specifically because this makes it so much quicker between the run walk, the cast rate, the hit recovery, all that mana recovery. It's a great low-level item. You can actually, if you really need a socketable item, find a good spawn where you can run in and out of town, and this will constantly respawn. Beyond the armor and the helm, looking for like a 2-socket staff with good plus skills is useful. For Leaf, if you're going for Fire Sorceress. 4-socket swords and shields, though you're not going to find a 4-socket shield probably until Hell difficulty. For Spirits are really good low-level caster item. That's Tal, Thul, Ort, and Am, all pretty low-level runes. Let me think. Good 3-socket shield for Ancient Pledge, or even just socketing it with like diamonds for the resistance, and even like this helm. I'm probably gonna hold on to it maybe for lore later, but you could drop in some runes you know, for extra mana. There's runes that give you different protections. Uh, Definitely, socketed helms are very nice. Okay, so we're gonna start on Act 2, if I could find the exit, which is over here this time. Actually, let's go ahead and get my extra points from Rudiment. I love the look of the sewer. One of my favorite reimagined areas. Like, I love how they added actual, like, flowing water. You know, it's a sewer. You would think they would have water.
I am overburdened.
And just the lighting and it all comes together really nicely here.
Not enough mana. I am overburdened.
I'm always overburdened because I keep like a million potions on me.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Throwing that weapon on the mercenary definitely helps with his speed.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
And trying to hit enemies while they're grouped up with fireball definitely helps. So you're not killing enemies one at a time. This is particularly useful like when you get towards the end of this area when the enemies all pile up. It definitely increases your kill speed and experience gain.
I need mana.
It was over there by the entrance, wasn't it?
Not enough mana.
Gotta mention, I've been dealing with my parents' estate. They passed away, and it's been real difficult. But at the same time, every so often I come across like some childhood memento or something that makes me just happy. And I thought I had found like all of the pictures and video of my parents and family, which is pretty substantial. I've got like thousands of photos, but I didn't have a lot of video. But when I was over there this week working on the house, I found a video camera I hadn't realized was there, and on it was 65 videos of family get-togethers and stuff my dad had filmed. And then today I was going through boxes of stuff I brought over, and I found a bunch of VHS tapes that I'd forgot we had a VHS camcorder in like mid 90s, and my dad had taken a ton of videos of us at a beach that we used to rent a house on, and also at Epcot, and just videos I hadn't even known existed, like hours of video. And yeah, I spent a lot of time the last couple days going through that. It's kind of bittersweet. It's like makes me happy it's there, but it's hard to watch too. But just wanted to share something kind of nice.
I can't carry anymore.
I wish I could get like a 50 socket belt. That'd be great. That's one thing I somewhat like about Diablo 3 is that they got away from the unlimited potions and had like a timer based like use slot basically. Like it takes away some strategy, but I feel like also spamming potion nonstop doesn't necessarily like it's almost takes more skill to have one on a more limited use. One of the few things that I think they made a good design decision on in Diablo 3. When there's this many guys, it definitely, Fireball kind of shines better. And then later when you get Frozen Orb, it definitely helps too. I ain't got no room.
I'll put that to good use.
Yes, you will.
I need mana. I need mana.
You want to quicken leveling up. You can always, use your respec, and as you're leveling through a couple of points in energy, if you intend to use your respec later, that is. I'm trying a build here where I don't have to respec, but I feel like I've definitely compromised my speed a little bit. Going like lightning early on would have been quicker. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
I'm bummed. I've been waiting for this new Dune movie to come out for,
Not enough
you know what,
mana.
for like 15 years, because the last Dune movie was only okay, and I've been waiting for like a real Hollywood adaptation for a very long time. It's my favorite book series. And it got delayed a year, and then more recently, it got delayed like another 3 weeks. That's like, this goddamn movie's never coming out, is it?
I need mana.
I enjoy reading sci-fi. I've got like a huge, I show it off in one of my videos. I have a huge book collection. I'm talking like 5 bookshelves worth of books. And in particular, I like sci-fi and classic sci-fi. Frank Herbert, Asimov, Heinlein, um, even newer stuff. Like, I really enjoyed the Hyperion books by Dan Simmons. Like, I feel like that is the uh, the new Dune books in a way. Like, hits a lot of the same notes.
What a misguided monster.
But Dune is the big one I'm waiting for. And then I just saw the trailer for the new Foundation television series, which is, of course, an Asimov classic. And if you had not told me that it was based off of the Asimov stories, I don't know if I would have known that from the trailer. So, like, maybe it'll be good, but I don't know if it's going to be a good retelling of those classic stories. What a 2-second helms now. I think they need to work on the transitions between day and night. Like, there's no real transition. It's day and then it's night, and vice versa. And you know that there's a quest here in Act 2 that makes the time change, but other than that, I really think there needs to be a more gradual transition. I don't think that happened in original Diablo 2, at least I can't remember, but it's kind of jarring to have it in this more realistic style. Don't kill my guy.
I can't carry.
Tired of buying him.
I am overburdened.
And just to show you, in some of my other videos, you'll see like the frames drop considerably. And it's usually because those high-level characters have the Hellfire Charm. And that proc just destroys the frames. But like if you're watching, you know, I'm at 144 pretty consistently right now. When I cast a few spells, it'll drop. Like, rarely am I dropping below 100. And just to show you something, in some of my other videos, I show up like high-level characters with all the gear and spells and stuff.
I am overburdened.
Here's like a low-level character, and just to kind of show you, you know, I'm hitting 140 pretty frequently, or at least staying above 100, even when I'm casting spells. A lot of the low FPS I get on those other characters, I think, is due to specific spells, like the proc from the Hellfire Charm in particular is very problematic, and I think will probably be addressed eventually. But like right now, in this area, my performance, I'd say, is quite good. So just something to keep in mind to the people watching that and like freaking out, because I don't think that's indicative of the majority of my playtime. Most of, you know, just, you know, without that Hellfire Charm on, without a couple of particular builds, it runs fine. And I think those outlier situations will probably be addressed over time. And I got the Dry Hills, and basically I'm looking for the Halls of the Dead, and looking for the Herodic Cube. God,
Not
I
enough
hate those
mana.
birds. They have like crazy attack rating for their level.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, okay. And that fireball is great for leveling. And this is why I think, you know, if I can put up with a little bit of slowdown for like the first 10 levels or so, once you hit 12 and you get fireball, it's pretty smooth sailing with this build. So it's like kind of deciding. Maybe I'll go like 7 into Firebolt to make that beginning a little bit easier,
Not enough
and then
mana.
transition to Firebolt at 12, and I'll have some extra synergy. And then shoot for Fireball to be at like level 12 or so by the time I'm... Oops, didn't mean to go down. You know, hitting level 30, and then from there I can decide to transition either to Frozen Orb. Hey, there's the waypoint. That's what I was looking for. Or stick with Fireball. I'm kind of debating. I know Frozen Orb is a really good skill throughout. I did not mean to click that. I meant to go down. Frozen Orb's a really good skill for Nightmare. Like, you just burn through everything. And then in Hell is where it becomes a little bit more problematic. So I'm kind of debating, do I want to, you know, level Frozen Orb starting at 30, and then by 50 I'll have it maxed, and we'll transition back to Fireball. Or do I want Fireball and then, you know, you level Fireball and its synergies until probably 70, because you need 20 Fireball, 20 Meteor,
I need mana.
and even Firebolt before the end. It's like you're kind of tight on skill points. Yeah, this experience is really nice right now. If I can keep the mana going.
Not enough mana.
That bug is still there where you walk through the doors sometimes. There we go. I almost missed it.
I need mana.
You always gotta kill the guys that raise your enemies. Very critical.
Not enough mana.
I think that guy was bugged. He was just standing there, and I think I cast through him, it looked like. There's definitely a few bugs that have come over from classic Diablo 2.
I need mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
You know, thinking about that Foundation series I was talking about earlier, I think I have changed as I got older. Like, when I was younger, I would watch that trailer and said, like, it's crap, I'm not even gonna watch it. Why would they, change my favorite thing? Like, over time, I've realized, like, sometimes things have to change for the medium a bit. Like, one thing might work in book form, but not work as well, in a movie or a TV show, and vice versa. Um, and I've given things a bit more benefit of the doubt than I used to. Like, I used to think like 90% of everything was probably crap, and only 10% of it was really worth experiencing. And since having a daughter, and especially watching a lot of the kids' shows and stuff that she likes, I realized there's, something to be got out of a lot more media than I used to. Like, willing to give things more of a chance than I used to. Just an observation. It still could be terrible, though. It really doesn't look like the book at all. I should carry some antidote potions with me.
Not enough mana.
I'm hitting my stride now that I've got Fireball. I really feel like it's so much quicker. If you get some thoughts on the Fireball versus, going like the lightning route and respecking, let me know. Like, is it worth trying to save your respec, or just burn through it? I'm gonna make more characters later anyways.
Blessings to you.
Did I hit 17? I did hit 17. Woo woo. I do lose the 10 resistance and some armor, but I think it's worth it for all the other stuff. Especially because that should let me hit the next breakpoint, and if I can get either 10 or 12, I should hit, see, you see the light change there? That's goofy. Ooh. I think that'll hit my lightning breakpoint, because now I've got 35. I think it's, if I remember right, it's 37 for all the other spells. Unless I'm backwards on that, I might have to look it up. I apologize, I used to have all of these memorized, and I didn't do drugs, but my memory is not what it used to be. Yeah, it's 20, 35 for lightning, and 37 for the next breakpoint for fire at the point I'm at. Okay. Then I get teleport in one more level. So from here, we're going to look for the Far Oasis. And if you get like enough guys chasing after you, it's probably worth just turning around and trying to get them down with a couple of fireballs. When you're kind of rushing, I wouldn't bother like with the single enemies for the most part, but unless they're being a nuisance. I think it's over here actually. Like, you know, just throwing out 2 or 3 fireballs just nets a fair bit of experience there. Oh, I love these enemies because they have really low resistances and low health.
I can't
Just,
carry anymore.
it's like they pop when they die. It's really satisfying. And in the Far Oasis, I'm looking for the maggot layer, which is my least favorite spot in the entire game. Watch this. Pop, 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 pop. That's so fun. And they kind of like stack so well too. Whenever I see him, I gotta kill him. And if you do find like the maggot layer before you find the waypoint, you probably want to drop a teleport, kind of like I showed you with the Den of Evil, and move on to the waypoint and then, you know, make your way back. Like this. Yeah, that blood wasn't there before. It's a little... Okay, cool. Whenever I see something kind of stand out, I want to look at how it appeared in the original art style, just to see. And something to think about in Act 2, you kind of always want to hug the walls, because usually the entrance to the next zone is always against a wall. Hey, the waypoint was right there. And there are a couple of strategies, you know, going left, going right, going straight. I'm going to post a link, and I'll include like a couple of demos
I am overburdened.
of it in the beginning of the video. But there are some ways you can kind of maximize your chance of finding the way through. God, I hate this area. The tight quarters mixed with the annoying lightning guys. I'm not even gonna bother with my minion because, yeah, I can't really navigate in here anyways.
I can't carry anymore.
I will be getting teleport momentarily, and that would be cool. I think I want to try rebinding my abilities. Right now I'm still using the F keys. And this keyboard actually that I'm rocking right now doesn't have the best F keys in the world.
I need a key.
So I've seen a lot of people use like QWE or T or something like that. If you've got a good layout or setup, uh, maybe leave me a comment. I'd like to hear what people thought their thoughts are on it.
I need a key.
In addition to this game, I'm like a pretty big FPS player, so like WASD, I'm pretty familiar with it. Like, I'm a fast typist. Home row is my home. But are there any other good layouts, any optimal ways to set up your skills? Let me know. I'm on 18. Got to level up my fireball.
I need a key.
And I am saving up a couple of points because when I hit 18, I'm going to go here. And when I hit 24, I'm going to put in a meteor for the synergy, fire mastery, and then these, I need to still get the requisites to get frozen orb. Like, I do need to save a couple of points. I think my plan is to get fireball up to at least level 10. There we go. That's pretty useless. And at this stage, unfortunately, while teleport's awesome, it is also pretty mana intensive.
Not enough
So at this stage, it's almost more of just like an escape skill. You're gonna have to build up a bit more mana. So many dudes. Okay.
I need mana. I need mana.
I know I do.
I need mana.
Okay. Level 2. I'm burning through my potions. I hate the mana burn guys too. Grab that antidote potion because there's a lot of poison in here. So I've got 42 poison resist. I'm not too bad at the moment. With that antidote potion, almost be maxed.
I need mana.
Back. Man, I should have been able to go there.
Not enough mana. I need mana. I need mana. I need mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
I know, I know, I know. Okay. Playing a dangerous game, teleporting into these mobs, but I hate this area. I kind of just want to get out of it. I'd love to see, oh, look when I break these, the stuff in the back, that's weird. I'd love to see other companies take this route for, like, remasters. Like, I was trying to think of, like, some other similar games that I would love to see this kind of attention given to it. I know, you know, Fallout 3 and 4 and everything was pretty big, but I'd love for them to go back and remaster, like, Fallout 1 and 2. Like, just make the graphics, you know, same isometric perspective, but just improve the graphics like this. That game, they could even, you know, do some minor improvements. There were definitely some issues around the edges. But I'd love to see something like that. There's a lot of games from that era. I think they did something similar with Baldur's Gate, but I don't think it was like a full-blown graphical remaster. I think it was just like an up-res, but like there were a ton of games from that era that I think, you know, could look beautiful, and like the gameplay and like the game itself, I would still like to play today. I definitely didn't play those as much as this. Diablo I beat hundreds of times. I think I beat each of the Fallouts once, and Baldur's Gate I actually never beat. I got pretty damn close, but something always, like, I think my game got reset, or I just got stuck or something, but it's one of those games I always intended to return to. Even, like, I want to say I tried another go at it like 5 years ago, and I got pretty far into it. And I never beat Baldur's Gate 2. I didn't even need that antidote potion, but I'll go ahead and... Oh, that took me to 85. I forgot how much that gave you.
Not enough mana. I can't carry anymore.
Alright, let's get out of here. So now I've got another piece. The Staff of Kings. Garbage, garbage. I found 2 of those. Oh. A lot of attack rating on that. I'm actually finding, like, quite good drops, I would say. I don't remember finding, like, this many of the low-level set items this quickly. So, need to take the waypoint back. And I'm going to be looking for the Lost City and the Claw Viper Temple. Which should not be too far. That lighting, just, they gotta do something. My only real complaint, I think, with the graphics. See, that's the one that's based on the quest. Like, that's supposed to happen. Ooh, rare orb. But everything else around it... Airball, Blaze... The only thing is, I lose my cast rate, but the thing is, most of my casting is fire right now. And even with this 10%, I'm not hitting the next breakpoint, so I think I'm going to go with it. But I'll hold this in case I want to use it later.
I can't carry anymore.
Should have grabbed my mercenary while I was in town, but I haven't really needed it that much. Kind of deceiving. I thought it, sometimes you can see the next area and teleport down, but that was not one of them. Whenever I see those lights, I assume that the waypoint is there, and sometimes it is not. Alright, so there's one you could teleport down. I really hate those guys, especially... I don't know if it's still happening, but there's always that desync bug where sometimes they would, you would, like, kill them, but they wouldn't really die. They would just follow you around and you couldn't hurt them, but they could hurt you. Super frustrating. So here's the waypoint. And the temple should be somewhere nearby. Actually, it should be the Valley of the Snakes to the temple. So there should be a little pathway out of here. I think it's going to be north. But I'm just going to... Yeah. I'm pretty sure... It was up here. Yep. You get that feeling in your gut and you should just go with it. It's that or indigestion.
I sense strong magic within this place.
That extra fireball definitely helps, doing 100 or so. And if you have like a lot of enemies, especially faster enemies, throw in a couple of Frost Novas definitely help. These Claw Vipers in particular can be pretty nasty at times. Get. They strike really quickly and almost like have like a mini charge kind of attack. You do not want to get stun locked. The other option, of course, is to one-shot them.
enough mana. Not enough mana.
Hmm.
Not enough mana.
Nice thing is that, yeah, they have a pretty low health
Not
pool,
enough mana.
and you can usually just burn them down.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Even these champion guys, I'm one-shotting. I could probably up the difficulty at this point, but sometimes it's just trade-off. If I can one-shot things in player 1, but it takes 2 shots in, you know, player 2 or 3 or 5, it may not necessarily be worth it to switch. Like, it's a trade-off between efficiency and the extra experience. I juked that one. That's pretty smooth. Alright. Let's just do this just in case, because I'm pretty far along. And this would be so much more difficult without a good AoE attack. Like having to single target these guys. Let's look at that. Could be a good base for Leaf, or not.
Who would have thought that such primitive beings could cause so much trouble?
Who would have thought that such assholes would cause so much trouble? Alright. So now... speak to the townsfolk. If I remember right, now I gotta go like the harem, right?
How may I help you?
Oh, wrong potion.
Need some help?
I could almost use Leaf if I found a good base for it. I should probably have been keeping a... But yeah, it's this guy over here, I think, who does the staffs.
Well, allow me to advise you.
The problem is, these weapons are mostly going to be very expensive. 37,000. I mean, I've got about enough for it. I need a 2-socket anyways. That's why while you're leveling up, it's very useful to keep an eye out for those kind of items. Staff into Telrush's tomb. Look for the arcane sanctuary within the palace. Let's go talk to this guy.
When the troubles I have heard of your
Yep.
Please state your business.
I just gotta get to your harem, you know.
I'll put that to good use.
You better. This area is like almost always the same. It's
I need mana. Not enough mana.
the
I need mana.
stairway down is always like opposite from where you start,
I need mana. I need
if that makes sense.
not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Is this the one where it's like in the middle? Yeah, there it is. And there's always a guy over here. Let's slow him down a little bit.
I am overburdened.
And then let's go kill the summoner.
This place.
I love how throughout this game you run into the heroes from the first game. Like, Bloodraven is the rogue from Diablo 1. Summoner is the sorceress, or was it the wizard in Diablo 1? And then, of course, the Dark Wanderer is the warrior from Diablo 1. I'm pretty sure they made that canon, if I remember right. If not, it's like pretty heavily implied. Is it possible I could find it? Nope, never mind. Not possible.
Not enough mana. I need mana. I need mana.
I know I need mana. I know. Never good enough for you.
I need mana.
I'm just too lazy to walk all the way around. Don't remember if I grabbed the waypoint. I always do that, actually. I go through this whole area, and then I'm like, wait, I missed the waypoint. I don't really like those Mana Steel guys. See, this is where I should have swapped back to the U-Wand, because I do break the lightning. I do hit the next lightning breakpoint. And the summoner has like very, very low health. It's not really worth trying to static shock him.
I need mana. I need mana. I need mana. I need mana.
I know I need mana, okay? Should probably pump up my mana. And one cool thing, I don't know if you've ever noticed this. So the crescent is the shape. And even if this quest didn't show you, the icons here, the one that's missing is always where the tomb is. So, yeah. And if I remember right, the crescent... I could be totally wrong on this point, but I feel like it's in the upper left. Hey. I didn't plan that.
Not enough mana.
I am out of potions. I should probably run to town real quick. I definitely making better time in Act 2 than Act 1. Okay, that was the one from the shrine, I think. I was gonna say, how do I have two town portals up? Give me all of that blue juice. Need that purple drink. I should put it into mana, but I have trouble putting points into energy. It's like it's against my belief or something. found that stuck spot.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. I need mana.
Teleport definitely helps you with your time, though. Like, this would take me 3 times as long without teleport. I should probably be killing more of these guys, but kind of want to just see this through. These guys have a high life pool. Just demonstrating that where a lot of the enemies are a single fireball. These guys are still a couple. I like wells. They're nice.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
We're gonna see how well I can do against Duriel.
Burdened.
He's always the act boss that I think gives me the most trouble leveling up. He kind of like... He'll sometimes kill you before you have a chance to do anything. I totally didn't mean to right-click all those. I'm a doofus. There we go.
Not enough mana.
Okay, so you always want to drop a portal here because Duriel, basically, he sucks. And then we put the staff in the orifice. There's nothing. Wait, not in the cube, in the orifice. Like something out of Indiana Jones. See if I can make it hit me. And here we go. Got to queue up. Frost Nova, Static. You know, I haven't been using that at all. Get positioning. He blew up my guy already. So close. I did it without dying. And that is getting through Act 1 and Act 2 relatively quick. I mean,
I can't carry anymore.
I'm not going to say I'm a speedrunner by any means. And there are options to go a little quicker if you want to respec. You know, you can always try Lightning first, going Charge Bolt into Nova with Static. That's a really good early combo. I think this is an alternative. Start with Firebolt. Fireball at 12. Transition at level 30, either to Frozen Orb or continue through Fireball and Meteor. It's your call. But this is an alternative. I think this might be what I go with at live, but I'm going to continue playing around with the different builds. But for now, I hit level 19 running through Act 1 and Act 2. And I could proceed on to Act 3 once this game is out. Duriel looks cool. Alright everyone, so thanks for sticking with me. If you enjoyed this, I have a ton of other videos all about Diablo 2 Resurrected. I have a lot of non-Diablo related stuff, virtual reality, new games, retro games. If you like it, if you like what you're seeing, consider subscribing. I would much appreciate it. Thank you again, and have a good night.